Hi and welcome to this Fusion 360 for 3D printing. So today I have one of these. This is a camera adapter or microphone adapter. So I have a tripod here with my table where I can have like a standard microphone, but I don't have a standard microphone. I have one of these Zoom handy recorder H1 that I'm currently recording this voice on. So I need to make some sort of adapter for this, and what better way to do that than to 3D print it and design it in Fusion 360. So all I want to do here is something basically kind of simple. So I want to take this part. As you can see, there's a screw adapter there and just a nut on the other side. So the idea here is to use this gap, create something that sticks out, and in turn becomes wider, so we can suspend the H1 recorder with two rubber bands. So we want to have a quite long distance there. I was thinking about doing that with dual extrusion and soft materials as well, but I think that we're going to start off doing it something simple so that anyone can print it, so we can upload this to Thingiverse. So let's get started inside Fusion 360. Stopping that one. So there are a few things that we know. I know that the hole's diameter is needs to be 6 millimeters because that is where the screw is coming in. And we also have a depth that we know, that is, we can just make an offset plane here. We know that the depth is 5 millimeters, so that's all. So that is what we can start off from. And let's just make a rough sketch here. Actually, we can continue with this previous sketch. So I'm just going down here. Hopefully. There we go. No. There we go. Edit that sketch. So let's see. I didn't actually measure how far down I have from the screw. So let's just do that quickly. Taking my caliper, just looking here how much distance to have from the screw down. So that's around 9 millimeters. Let's be reasonable and just use less. So we have 6, and we can go to maybe 12. I think that's be good. And then I know that I want to have this extend a little bit from the adapter. So let's say 30 millimeters is pretty good. Oops. And yeah, let's just do that on the other side. We could use mirror and stuff like that. Don't always have to do that. So the plan here is just to, well, basically what we could do is we could just extrude these here. So let's extrude those 5 millimeters because that was what we had. And then we can actually design on this side. And we go to the center. And we know that, I don't know exactly the width I want to have here. So I want to have this kind of this shape. So the recorder lies here in the middle, and it can be suspended with just rubber bands in between. So it hangs freely. So if there's any vibrations, the camera should, the microphone should stay still. So I want to have like two arms going up like this, but maybe I don't have to have just arms. I could have like a whole tube cylinder. But then again, I want to get into the ports and stuff. So if we look at those Brody camera microphones, for example, they have these small things so you can get to all the buttons on the recorder. So let's try to do something like that. Let's see, what is the width of the handy recorder? We should probably check that. It's around 35 millimeters. So if we bump that up, let's say 70 millimeters. So we know that from the center, we want to go 35 millimeters in one way. And let's just make a reference line upwards, because the thing I want to do now is create this, this sphere. This circle, but I can kind of realize that's not where to do it. Can we create circles with other dimensions? Yes, we can. So we can start off with the edge here, because that's what I want. But actually, I might want it a little bit further down. Let's do that a little bit further down. So, okay, let's just go there. And we want to have it 70 millimeters, like so. You can actually delete the old one. Delete these reference lines. I'm just selecting them, clicking delete. So now we have that shape that I was looking for. Maybe we can extend that down a little bit cleverly. So how should we print this? Okay, so we need to print this probably in this direction, because we're going to end up there on the tops. But on the other hand, we could print it going from this side towards this. So this is the bottom, but then we can't have any, we need to do it like this, like edge, so the overhangs are okay. I'm not really sure about that. Let's try it like this. There's no harm in having less, what do you call it? Less overhangs down here, or sorry, more mass. There's no loss in having that. So let's just make some sort of line that we can mirror against. And select mirror, using this line as a mirror line. There we go. So the plan was to, oh yes, of course, we need to offset this one. We should do it outwards, yep. 5 millimeters, that's not really that much. Let's say 7 millimeters. And I'm going to delete these two again, because those were completely off. Let's see, make it a little bit wider. So from 5 millimeters up to 5 more. And then, what's the angle there? It's probably okay. I think we have to see. And we want to mirror that one with, again, using that one there. And let's just trim these off here so you can see kind of what I'm about. So there we go. I think I'm ready to extrude this sketch. And for you guys that are like telling me to trim these, yes, I can trim these shapes in here as well. So we just have, oh, we still had those, but we have easier shapes. So what I was thinking was just doing like this. So let's say 8 centimeters, that's probably okay. Let's go 9 centimeters. We could do like this, and we then do some sort of angle here to make sure that we can print it with some overhangs. But I don't like it. It's and the other issue is if we print it like this, so this is the bottom and we go up, the layers will be a little bit weaker. Then again, we're not going to put any load on it, so that's probably going to be okay. And we have this shape here. So let's do that. Let's do it this way. And lazy as I am, I'm gonna do just a simple sort of rectangle here to cut stuff away. Maybe go down like there. There's probably a few different ways you can do this, but I like to do it on the simple ways. So just cutting away. So we're getting closer to the actual shape that I want. Now the question is, since I was stupid enough to do like this, I'm not sure I can do a good fillet here. Nope. Let's, can we push this upwards a little bit? Just want to see what happens if I do like this. And then fillets. Yeah. Now I'm doing weird stuff. Nah, that's not what I want. Anyways, let's just leave that for a second. What we can do with these ones that I want to do that is super cool and super necessary is to do something like that. Because I think it looks cool. So the idea now is to have rubber bands twisting over here. So we need to make some sort of groove for that. So let's just draw on this plane. And my plan is just to do maybe something like this. And they should stick there, but yeah, okay, let's be a little bit more advanced. So we do something that will actually hold it into place. So let's see here, maybe we're talking millimeters here. Maybe this angle. That's 2 millimeters. That's not really much. But if we do something like that, this should still, in theory, be printable. And the rubber band should have a little bit more issue of coming out. But it is, I agree, it is a little bit on the limits. The question here is if I can push this in. Nope. Maybe I'm over designing it. Maybe this is just too much. Maybe I don't need that at all. And it would kind of create a weak point here. On the other hand, we don't want the rubber bands to go down. So let's just do that. Let's do like this because we want to use it on the other side as well. Oops, not joining. We'll have to do a test print here. So that's one of the good things with rapid prototyping is that we actually can actually do things like that. I'm just creating a mid-plane because the x-axis isn't the same. So I made a mid-plane here. So when I'm going to, not combine, when I'm going to create and mirror this whole thing, I can just select that center plane to get it on the other side. So now we have both of them. I'm going to modify, combine. That's the target, and these are the tools. And I want to cut. So there we have it. I agree that it looks a little bit stupid, but I think this will work. Can we do something like this just to add some functionality? I guess this is design. I wouldn't know. Let's do something like that. And since the printer won't do this sharp edge, we can just lower that a little bit. Something like that. Is that realistical? Okay, so how is the distance here? 0.6 millimeters. Let's just leave it. Maybe I can push this here. Oh, that's a cool effect. I wonder how that works. I'm not sure why it's doing like that. But it doesn't help, that's for sure. Okay, so do we need to have like a hole here? So we're gonna print it like this. Is there any reason for us to have that? Do we maybe want to mount something, or are there any connectors? Nah, there's really no reason for us to do that. I also realized that the whole model is a little bit long. So 90 millimeters is a little bit too much actually, now when I look at my thing. So let's see if we can we actually do something about that. So let's try to edit some features. So if we edit this feature, and we edit the sketch plane that is extruded. So we go down here and edit sketch. if we move this one, is that even possible? Yes, it is. So if we move that down with, let's say, 15 millimeters, we click OK, and then we stop sketch. We then also have to push this extrusion and edit that feature. Can we do that? We can edit it. So we also have to move that down 15 millimeters, which should be 75. Now that is parametric modeling. It's perfect. So now we have a much shorter distance, which should suit the recorder much better. So 75 millimeters, I think that's perfect. And just for the sake of it, of doing stupid things, which I always do, I am going to design a sketch over here and do some totally unnecessary things just to, let's see if we can go to the center plane here, just to kind of get a little bit of a, let's say that I'm gonna reduce weight or something, which I'm not. Let's see, can we change the type of, let's just hide the body. Is it possible to, okay, so if I fix this, it doesn't really change a lot, does it? It's learning as we go with Anton today. Okay, let's just finish here. So, and the same sketch. I want to be in the same sketch. Edit sketch. Mirror this one on that one. We get this super duper shape. And the plan was to have it extruded. So let's go 2 sides. What do we think about that? Is that just stupid, or is it maybe not? That's I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm doing it. I know what I'm doing, but not why. Cool, yeah, that's probably really good for like cords and some connectors and stuff like that. Now the question is that, can we create something here? Is it possible for us to, whoops. What's going on here? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong space. Anyways, so what we also want to do is to strengthen this part a little bit. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Let's just do something simpler, right? I know, it's boring. I know, believe me. This is just a boring part to decide. And I still hate that part of Fusion. We need to have a mirror line. Not completely sure what's happening here. So let's do something like that. The question is, if I now extrude this, is there a distance here? That's what I'm wondering. Let's create a new body. No, let's just do it this simple way. Yeah, that looks awesome, doesn't it? What happens if we do... Oh, that's ugly. Let's leave it. We're done. We're finished. So that's the whole model. It will be printed like this. There are some angles here. Can we see them? Is there any way for us to... How do we measure angles? I guess we don't. We do. 49 degrees. I think that's pretty okay. Don't you? I mean, my printers can do that. Can yours? It probably can. So there we go. We're all done. We have one body, one nice body that is printable that we will then extend our H1 into. Is there something missing? I don't think so. I think that these parts will be a little bit difficult. I will actually quickly, the last thing that we do before we're finished, just do a little bit of a chamfer down here. Maybe that one as well. And this one. Yeah, because we can. And you may be asking yourself why I'm doing this. That is a good question. Well, if you've seen a few of my videos, you know that I like chamfers or fillets. Okay, so let's just stop there. So let's click on this and preview the meshing of it. I think we can go to high. Get a little more details. And I think that's about it. So I will, of course, upload this to Thingiverse, and if you follow me on Patreon, I will give you the whole Fusion file so you can upload it, modify it, build your own versions and stuff like that. And as always, check out my channel for more like 3D printing stuff and 3D scanning stuff and CAD stuff and just everything with 3D. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you learned some workflow stuff. Maybe you just get annoyed by my fillets. And hope to see you in the next one, so stay sub. Bye.